Hi everyone, my name is Cole Starling. I'm a captain with Drayton Valley Brazeau County Fire. I'm also part of the incident management team on the operations side of this incident. Since we've kind of started, I'm here today with Byron Fraser. He's our operations section chief that's looking after all of our operation on the ground. We know everybody's excited to be back in Drayton Valley Brazeau County. We just thought we would put together a small series of videos to just make you guys aware of some of the hazards that we're going to see out here in this wildland urban interface. As we go forward through this incident, things you can expect to see are a lot of things we're going to show you today. We want to arm you with this information to make sure you're appropriately prepared for safety risks out in the environment. So one of the things that we're going to talk a lot about is going to be danger trees. We know everybody's excited to get back in the area, and you're going to have a lot of interface issues that come with this type of fire. One of the issues with danger trees we're going to talk about is compromised root systems. So typically these coniferous style trees have root bases that spread out horizontally across the ground. A lot of the substrate and soil types we have in this area are peat moss. With this peat moss being burnt off the trees, these root systems are now exposed, which makes the trees very susceptible to falling. We've seen a lot of this. We've had incidents on the fire with trees fall. These are experienced people that work in these environments. We want to make sure that everybody's very aware of the risks that come with this. This would be an indication of a compromised root system. These are prolifically going to be seen across the fire area, but behind us we have an ash pit. An ash pit is terminology we use for areas of burnt out peat. As we can see, we have trees that have fallen over. We want to make sure we stay clear of this. Children are in danger, anybody who doesn't operate in this space. Our crews will work tirelessly and will work throughout the remaining portion of the year to secure this area. Another thing we see over here is we've got some smoking and smoldering that are happening on the outside of these pits. We understand that this is going to happen for some time going forward. Our tactical priorities right now are focused on the securement and protection of homes. So locations like this will continue to burn for some time, as they are a lower risk priority for us right now. We just really want you to be safe in this environment. As I'm standing out here right now and we make this video, I'm staging myself in a safe environment. We understand you guys are going to be in there. Just try to be as safe as you can. So here's another great example of a danger tree environment. Again, we have peat that's burning underneath this tree, as we can see down here. At this point in time, again, these are low tactical priorities for us, as we're well out into an area that's burned out fuel. We can see the size of this tree right now. As this root system continues to become compromised in the coming days, the wind is likely to push this tree back down again. These are some dangers that you're going to want to make sure you avoid out there. Behind me, we have what we're calling an ash pit. This is a term you're going to hear numerous times going forward. Ash pits, again, are areas of large peat that have been burned out. We expect to be dealing with pits like this probably and likely well into the winter period. Again, low tactical priority. Right now it's inside a burn area, which makes it very controllable for us, as we don't have a lot of live fuels in the area. So again, this comes a very low priority operation for us. Things to be aware of in these ash pits at this point in time is they can be very difficult to operate in. We want to make sure that we're not walking inside any of this. So throughout the period of this fire, we've had several times where someone has stepped into an ash pit and they've fallen up to their knee. We've seen videos and pictures from our crews working the fire of 5 to 6 foot deep ash pits. These can be incredibly dangerous when you're out here. Again, to be clear, we don't want anybody operating in these areas. We understand that some of you will be out here, so we're going to arm you with some of this information, but by no means does this mean that you're armed or knowledgeable enough to operate in this interface. There are risks out here that can and will kill you if you put yourself in an inappropriate place. Just make sure you're being mindful at all times of the area you're operating in. You're taking no risks inside this space. Give our crews lots of room to operate. Remain positive with our crews at all times in your interactions. Everybody's very stressed and everyone's doing the best they can. But this is a risk to us. We understand. We will be seeing these for many days to come, and we will be continually working as a department with landowners in the area to identify and address issues like this. So another risk you're going to run into, again, we don't want you operating these areas, but we want to arm you with some of the information, is again talking on the topic of ash pits. It's going to appear that lots of these areas have walking surfaces that are going to be appropriate. The reasons why they're not is, of course, we have underburn throughout this area. As you can see, this is not a stable straight for us to operate from. We also have very large holes underneath this that are holding a tremendous amount of heat. At this point in time, if my foot was to fall inside there, it is likely that I will encounter burns on my foot and or my leg. Our crews are more than aware that we're not going to operate in this space. We're going to kind of cool our way in and work these areas out. We want you to be armed with this information. Again, this can provide a very dangerous platform to operate from. We ask that you stay clear of all hazards like this by at least 25 meters. We understand your curiosity, but we want you to be safe.
Everyone, we just want to address some concerns. We've been getting a lot of phone calls from the public about flare-ups and trouble areas. We do want to affirm that we are aware of them and we are patrolling them constantly. Perfect area is right behind us here across from Rex subdivision. An area that a guard was built, got some heat in it, is burning. As you can see, there's tons of mineral fuel in the soil that's just burning up in all the trees. This is normal throughout the day. It's going to get warm and you are going to see some flames coming out of here. The biggest issue is people driving along the highway are seeing this and they're calling it in. This is okay. We have burned fuels every way around it. Even if you can go across the highway, it's burned across. So there is nowhere for this fire to go. We do understand that it looks and is scary, but we do know about it and we are well aware at some point we will be able to address it. But at this time, it's not high priority for us.